Men are good, but men don't always feel good. And that's what we're going to talk about today, feeling good. Because, men are pummeled by all kinds of things, whether it's divorce courts, being separated from your kids, false accusations. Just all sorts of things that bring us down. They're hard to handle. It's a lot of crap, and just the general wall of misandry that nobody else can see that hits us every day, where men are blamed for this and blamed for that, and men are the problem, and why don't men do this? Why don't men do that? La, 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 la. It's kind of hard to feel good when you got all that crap going on. So with that in mind, I was thinking that I wanted to bring to you some ideas that are research-driven, that are ways that we can help ourselves to feel better and to feel good, because the researchers have now looked at the fact that they know that if you do certain things, it increases these 4 neural circuits in the brain, and these 4 neural circuits increase our sense of well-being. Interesting, eh? The first circuit is attention. The researchers joke and they say that a wavering mind, a wandering mind is an unhappy mind. That by focusing down, we're able to focus down and hold the attention in one spot. And by doing that, what happens? Our sense of well-being increases. Magical. Why would that be? Why would it be that you could hold your attention span on one thing and that would help you to feel better? It's true, though. It's literally true. And it doesn't have to be some highfalutin woo-woo meditation stuff. All this has to be is just you focusing on one thing. For instance, you could focus just on the sense that you get when your index finger pushes against your thumb. Don't let anything else come into your mind. Just focus on that one thing. And hold the mind there. And you're going to see the thoughts are going to try and intrude. They're going to try and bust in all the time. Just keep focusing on that one thing. It can be anything. It doesn't have to be meditation. Although, if you've got some buddies that meditate, talk with them. Finding a good teacher can really help. But you can be creative in what you do. And try some things out. Experiment a little bit. But they know now that focusing down for 15 to 20 minutes a day for 2 weeks is going to help you go a notch up in feeling better. That's incredible. That's incredible. Think about it. All you need to do is put in 15 to 20 minutes a day of focusing down on one thing, and that's going to bring you up at least one notch, and you're going to be less depressed. This is so important for men to know, and so important for men to do. Because we want you to feel better. We want you to feel good because you deserve to feel good, for crying out loud. Anyway, the second one is resilience. There's another neural pathway for resilience. Resilience is when, crap happens and then after time, we feel better. And that time period between those two is what they call resilience. How long does it take you to start feeling better? And different people have different levels of resilience. So some people are quick. Something happens and boom, they feel better quickly, and others people are not. And we can impact that resilience pathway, again, by attention, by holding the mind down on one point. It could be as simple as sitting quietly and raising your eyebrows and not thinking of anything else, just raising those eyebrows and not letting them drop. I'm telling you, it ain't easy. But you can try. Raise those eyebrows up and see what happens. And you're going to notice that the thoughts will start bombarding in. Don't worry about it. Just keep focusing down on the eyebrows and what's happening. Hold it for as long as you can. And again, if you can do this for 15 to 20 minutes a day for about 2 weeks, this is research-driven stuff, says that this is going to help you feel better, period. It's worth it, guys. It's worth it just to give it a shot because we want you to feel better. So resilience, attention span. The third one is, what is the third one? Now I've forgotten it. Generosity. Generosity. They found that when we're generous, that this pathway opens in the brain where we start to feel better. Isn't that interesting? Think about the last time someone was generous with you, really generous. What did it feel like? What happened inside you? And I think you'll notice that something happens when someone really goes out of their way to be helpful to you. Something opens up inside and it feels good, right? That's your sense of well-being. It's opened up by this generosity, both generosity focused towards you and generosity of you focusing on someone else. So that's what we have control over. We can control whether we're generous with someone else. And by being generous with someone else, we're helping us. We're helping us to feel better. Because experiment with it. Try it out. See what happens when you let the guy in line that's got 2 items and you've got 100. You know, what happens? What happens when that goes on? What happens is you have a sense of well-being, right? And he does too. He says, damn, appreciate that. And there's something inside him that feels better. So generosity is one more of those pathways that opens up. And the last one is what they call outlook. Outlook, the way we view the world. You know, do we view it in a positive way or a negative way? And they found that when you can view the world in a positive manner, you start to open up this pathway that then helps you with a sense of well-being. So it's a matter of finding out how to create a more positive outlook. And, you know, they've found that pessimists can literally shift and become more optimistic over time with practice. This neural pathway opens up. The more you practice, the better you get. So you may be a glass half full guy, and you may turn into a glass full guy, you know? I mean, this is something with practice you can get better at. And also, you know, we need to love the pessimists too. We need pessimists, just like we need optimists. But if you want to feel good, work on that attitude. And here's one way that they talk about working on that attitude. Again, this is, I forget the guy's name, but he's a positive psychologist. And he's developed all these techniques about how to help ourselves feel better. But one, which is research-driven, it says they know that it works. It's just like the attention thing. If you, every night, write down 3 things that worked well that day and why they worked well, do that for a month. Do it for 1 month, and they say, again, that shifts your attitude up. You start having a deeper and deeper sense of well-being. These are things you can do. You don't have to go into therapy. You don't have to do X, Y, Z. You can simply try working with the attention span. Try working with being able to write those 3 things down that went well that one day. And that starts opening up this pathway of positive attitude, you know? And that then opens the pathway into feeling better and into feeling, you know, the sense of well-being. And that's what we want for you. We want for you to be able to feel good, because men are good, as are you. And we want you to feel good in the process. And it ain't easy. And sometimes we have to work a bit at it. And, by the way, on the Patreon side, we're going to start to have hangouts. We're going to start to have some regular hangouts where everyone gets together, probably once a month, maybe every 2 weeks, who knows what. We're going to have guests come in. I know Paul Elam's going to come to the first one, and I'm going to try and talk Warren Farrell into coming to the next one after that. But we'll have people coming in where we'll all hang out and kind of shoot the crap and see where we go. So join the Patreon site and join us in those. It'd be fun. And let's not forget that men are good, as are you. And feel good, boss. Feel good. You're a good man as you are. Take care.